Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, friends. So I just got home from the gym. Bennett's napping, went ahead and showered, made a protein shake, and I figured I would go ahead and do my makeup and get ready for the day. Obviously, I'm not in my normal setting. I'm actually home visiting family while Brad's away. So I just decided to come home and get some extra help with my little one because he is on another level lately. Anyways, I've got meetings today, so I figured I would get ready, kind of talk through these points with you, do my makeup so I don't look so funky, and yeah. So the topic of this week's video is ways to increase your calorie burn in the gym, because why would you not want to be able to burn more calories when you work out? So we're just gonna go through some talking points. Honestly, I just have 3 really simple points. I want this to be short, sweet, simple to understand, and quick, because I know a lot of us are busy. We don't have time to watch a 20-minute YouTube video. So I'm gonna try to keep this under like 17 minutes, we'll see. Anyways, let's get into it. I will link all of my makeup that I'm using below. I'm not a professional. I just watch a lot of YouTube videos, and one of my besties is a makeup artist, so I've learned some really great tips from her, plus TikToks. I've already primed my face, so it's good to go. So like I said, I've just linked everything below for you guys as far as like what I'm using. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, how to increase your calorie burn in the gym, is to start weight training. If you don't lift weights, this is your sign to do so. I know a lot of times as women, we're kind of nervous about lifting weights. It's kind of an intimidating thing to do. The weight section is usually mostly men in the gym. Actually, that might be false nowadays, because I do know a lot of women who lift weights, but it can be intimidating. Also, there's this myth that if you lift weights, you can look manly. I can promise you, unless you have some sort of hormone imbalance or you're taking something extra special, you will not look like a man from lifting weights. Weight training actually increases our lean muscle mass, and the more lean muscle mass that we have in our body, it actually positively promotes fat loss, our metabolism increases, our BMR increases, or basal metabolic rate. This is the rate at which our body naturally burns calories when we're at rest. So basically, if you were going to lay around all day or you were in a coma, this is what your body burns naturally in order to breathe, pump blood through your body, perform everyday life functions. So lifting weights actually increases that number. Like for example, before I started lifting weights, my BMR was very low, it was around 1,200 calories. Now that I am lifting weights, mine's around 1,400 calories. So my body on its own, without doing anything, just because I'm breathing, I burn 1,400 calories. That's why when I hear these people going on these drastic low calorie diets, I just want to smack them. It's not healthy. Your body naturally burns a significant amount of calories. So just think about that. So continuing on the calorie burn topic, lifting weights or strength training actually increases your metabolism. Muscles are more metabolically efficient than fat mass, so increasing your lean muscle mass, or the amount of muscle you have on your body, actually increases your metabolic rate. All of these talking points that I'm going through, I have PubMed studies or scientific articles and research that supports this information. So if you're a food nerd like me and you like to know the why or see the science behind stuff, I've linked all of that below. There's lots of research out there that also supports that after strength training, your metabolic rate is increased for 72 hours post-exercise. This basically means that you're burning additional calories post-workout for hours, even days after you're done exercising. I've linked those 2 studies that support this below. Lifting weights actually decreases your abdominal fat, so that visceral fat that is super stubborn and hard to get rid of. And the more lean muscle that we have on our body, it's actually going to help us appear leaner. So like I said before, muscle mass actually requires more calories to maintain than fat mass. So you might weigh more when you start lifting weights. I know that's like a complaint sometimes I hear. I get comments all the time on TikTok and Instagram. Well, I started lifting weights and the scale went up. but did your body fat go up? It's all about body composition. I'm probably gonna say this in every single video. Stop letting the scale rule your life. Stop using the scale to track your progress. It's literally the worst way to measure your progress. Muscle mass does weigh more than fat mass, so you might weigh more when you start lifting weights, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I've said this time and time again in several videos. I weigh 10 pounds heavier than I did before having a baby, but I'm leaner, my clothes fit better. I actually have like abdominal definition, which I have never had. Even training for my bodybuilding contest, I barely had abdominal definition. So I'm just saying that just because you weigh more does not mean that you've gained fat. It's probably muscle, especially if you've been lifting weights. Tip number 1, short, sweet, simple. Lots of scientific research for you to look at in the description box. Lift weights. It's good for you. If you're somebody who has no idea where to even begin, like me, when I first started exercising, I have a 12-week transformative workout program for you. It helps you build lean muscle mass, lose fat mass, and look and feel incredible. It also helps equip you with the knowledge that you need to feel comfortable in the gym. I know for me, one of the reasons it took me so long to exercise or to start lifting weights is because I was so scared and I had no idea what to do. So definitely check that out. It's for all fitness levels, whether you're experienced or brand new. So I've linked that for you in the description box. Also have a really great Facebook support group that comes for free with the workout program. So we're just out here encouraging each other, sharing our victories, on days that you don't feel motivated. It's a great way to stay accountable. So yeah, going straight into my second tip. This requires lots of concentration. So tip number 2 is to rest less. More specifically, utilize supersets in your workouts. If you don't know what a superset is, that's okay. I didn't either when I first started exercising. A superset is basically when you perform 1 or 2 sets of 2 different exercises consecutively, one after the other. So for example, let's say you're doing back and biceps in one day. You would do in a set of inverted rows, like maybe 1 set of 12 reps, and you would go straight into a set of biceps. So without any rest, you do 12 inverted rows and then straight into 12 bicep curls, and then you rest. Doing this actually increases your heart rate. It keeps your heart rate elevated, which is what we want when we're trying to burn more calories. So tip number 2, short, simple, sweet. Just try to rest less during your exercise. Obviously, if you're like absolutely dying, please rest. We don't want you to pass out in the gym, but at the end of the day, the less you rest and the more frequently you utilize supersets, the easier it is to keep your heart rate elevated during exercise. So the third tip actually is to do cardio after lifting weights. I know that this is kind of a very heavily debated topic, and truly just do your cardio whenever you can. If you're somebody that has to split it up and do like your cardio in the morning and lift weights in the evening, or vice versa, or you just have to do cardio first because if you don't do it before lifting weights, you won't do it at all, then by all means, do what works best for you. But by performing cardio post-workout, we're actually reserving most of our strength and energy for our weight training, which is most important when we're trying to lean out. So when we perform cardio post-exercise, usually we're going to be doing some sort of list cardio or low intensity steady state cardio, like walking on the treadmill, doing the elliptical, Stairmaster, something like that. I have found personally, as a woman who has struggled with PCOS and having a hormone imbalance and doing lots and lots of research on this topic, I have found for me and my body, and based on the research that I've discovered, that it's actually better for women who struggle with hormone imbalances and PCOS to stray away from more of the high intensity cardio style workouts like HIIT training, which don't get me wrong, love HIIT training. I actually used to teach a HIIT class and miss it dearly, but it's actually better for us to perform less cardio, meaning steady state cardio. It's easier on our hormones, but that's a totally different topic for another day. So if that's something you would like another video on, let me know in the comments below. So if the goal is to build lean muscle and lose fat mass, you don't want to do as much cardio as you probably think is required to achieve this goal. In the short term, cardio can actually interfere with strength and muscle gain by increasing general fatigue. This actually makes it harder to progress in weightlifting workout. In the long term, cardio can actually interfere with muscle and strength gain by disrupting the cell signals that are related to muscle growth. So I'm not saying you need to cut cardio out completely. You just probably don't need to be doing as much as you think you do. So around 20 to 30 minutes max is all you would need, maybe a few times a week, not every single day. I used to think that I had to do cardio in order to stay lean. I usually do cardio 2, maybe 3 times max in a week. I'm actually leaner than I've ever been before by cutting back how much cardio I do. And trust me, I was a cardio queen. I used to do the Stairmaster for like 2 hours a day. It was not something I'm proud of, but definitely something I used to do. We're learning. There's several reasons why you should do cardio after lifting weights, but the very first one that I can think of is cardio before lifting weights actually is going to put you in a fatigued state. And when you're in a fatigued state, you're not going to lift as heavy. Therefore, you're not going to break your muscles down like you need to in order to build lean muscle mass. Believe it or not, muscle growth does not occur in the gym. It's all about post-workout. I'm actually creating a whole video all about post-workout nutrition and lean muscle building, so definitely keep your eye out for that. But a lot of times we associate muscle building with lifting weights. And yes, lifting weights is very important. We have to lift weights in order to see any sort of progress in the gym, but we're actually breaking down our muscles in the gym. And so in order to do this, we have to lift heavy so we can break down those muscles. And then the growth actually occurs post-workout through proper nutrition and recovery. But like I said, we're doing a whole nother video on that. So that was all a long-winded way of saying that when you do cardio before lifting weights, it's going to fatigue you and you're not going to be able to work out as hard and perform well in the gym if you did cardio first. The second reason you need to do cardio after working out is because of your glycogen stores. Why does this matter? The goal when exercising in order to do things more efficiently is to deplete your glycogen stores before doing cardio. This is so your body actually relies on your fat stores during cardio instead of your glycogen stores. Glycogen is actually our main source of fuel or energy for our body. It's really important that we eat complex carbohydrates in order to maintain these glycogen stores because we need them to survive. When we're lifting weights, we actually deplete our glycogen stores. Our body uses those stores as energy in order to perform exercise. When we lift weights first and we deplete those glycogen stores and we need those in order to lift weights, then our body is going to heavily rely on our fat stores for energy. I had to quickly do my eyeliner and mascara off camera because it's way too hard to talk and do that at the same time. Just to reiterate, doing cardio after lifting weights, it only keeps us fresh when strength training. So that way we can perform the movements well, we can lift heavy in order to build that lean muscle that we're striving for. But it also helps our bodies use our fat stores as energy when we perform cardio. Okay, so I did my eyeliner and mascara and obviously lipstick and hair off camera. But just to reiterate, point number 3 basically is to do cardio after weights. Because one, you need the energy that you're going to expend during cardio to lift weights. That way you can perform better in the gym, work harder, and break down that muscle so you can build the lean muscle during recovery. And then also to utilize those glycogen stores and save them for the weight training. That way our fat stores are used during cardio. Like I said, this was short, sweet, very, very simple. I hope that you found this helpful. I did briefly touch on weight training, but maybe I can do a video on weight training basics. Let me know in the comments if that's something you would like to see. I've linked all of my makeup in the description box, and I think that is everything. So I hope this information was helpful. Let me know in the comments below. If you are new to the Measure Me Whole family, please leave a comment so I can say hi. I love getting to know you guys. If you haven't already done so, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. New upload day is Wednesdays at 5 p.m. So I think that covers everything. Let me know what you want to see in the next video and I will make it happen. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be safe. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.